Hello, conscious co-creators, and I want to welcome the water signs for this zodiac reading: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, sun, moon, and or rising. This is your guidance for November 2024, and we are going to be getting guidance for you based on your zodiac element for the month ahead. So we're going to do a big pull on how you're going to be working with the element of water. We've split up the tarot here into a major arcana and then the suit. So you'll be working with the suit of cups that connects to the element of water. And then I am going to get an extra look for each of you at how you can best interact with and utilize the other three elements this month. And for you guys, that would be fire, air, and earth. So the timestamps for each of the individual signs will be in the description down below for you after the full reading. And if this turns out to just be not enough for you, there is a link in the description to order and purchase an individual reading connected to your zodiac sign placements. That is card pulls and audio insight delivered to your inbox if you're interested in that. All right, let's give these a roll to see what your number will be. We've got a 4 and a 3 for a 7 energy. Sevens, ooh, could be maybe lucky number 7. So let's start to set up your pull for November. 7 energy is definitely a sense of self and experience that's happening and coming through. So that's a really lovely number to have. So again, we're working with the major arcana, and then we're going to get coupling cards from your particular suit. So the suit of cups. But the water element for you guys is dealing with your emotional body mostly, how it is that you're using your emotions, clearing your emotions, processing your emotions. So we'll definitely be getting some insight for you for the month as it concerns that. Yeah. They're saying that you're getting to know yourself, or perhaps you're getting to know a specific emotion that you're having. So maybe something is popping up for you or has been popping up for you in your emotional body, and you're learning how to feel it, to process it, to use it to the best of your ability, to allow it to flow. Yeah, love that. All right. So now that we have your card set up, let's take a look first at the major arcana, and then we'll get some coupling cards. So first up, the death card, and you are not the only elemental zodiac combo to get the death card. This has been showing up for all of the zodiac signs. So the death energy, this is all about transformation. And as Spirit was saying, perhaps processing some like authentic emotions that are coming up, emotions that maybe you're learning how to handle, how to clear, learning the meaning of them. They're saying learning the meaning of them. The death energy is really about a beautiful transformation or transition that is happening. It's something ending or dying off and something beginning at the same time. You can see that she's turning into this lovely, even we could say happy, right? Content is the word they want me to use. Content being. Something is growing over time. So you may have been going through an emotional transition type of energy, and it's reading something that is beautiful or something that is blossoming for you. But let's get the coupling card. So again, suit of cups for you. Oh, the Queen of Cups. Look at that. It's almost like we have her full being now. I love that energy. And she looks like she's in enjoyment. I mean, the scarf is even kind of off the shoulders. She looks like she's at a party or relaxing, imbibing and having a content time. Yes, content energy. So whatever it is that you have been processing, hopefully you've been taking really good care of yourself. If you have not been taking good care of your emotional body, in November, they want you with the Queen of Cups to allow yourself to have this high level sense of compassion and understanding for what it is you've been going through, how it is you have been feeling. If you've been in the process of healing something or transitioning something where you know you're going to be better for it, you know, that kind of energy where you're like, this is hard, this might be deep, this has been really pinging my emotions, lots of waves going on, right? The suit of water or the element of water brings in these waves of emotions that you're needing to sift through, to flow with, to help you understand yourself better. The Queen of Cups tells me that the transition is going to do just that. It's not only going to help you understand yourself better and what the emotions mean or why they were coming up in the first place and why you needed to feel that, but also to help you understand others better, perhaps. Be more compassionate to others. The Queen of Cups is such a beautiful energy. What she does is she's like a master, right? This is the top of the suit here. High-level court cards, feminine energy. She is a master at being able to take care of her own needs first. She fills her cup first. You can see filled to the brim. This gives her more of a carefree, lighter energy is what they're saying. So hopefully you're feeling that sort of carefree, lighter energy as you've been giving yourself the care that you need, the understanding that you need, having the compassion for yourself through this transition. And they're telling me right now that even if other people don't quite understand, so maybe there were some feelings that were coming up and either you tried to discuss them with other people or you tried to express them perhaps, and you just felt like, you know, you really don't get it, right? Like you don't get what I'm going through or what my emotional body has been going through or why I'm feeling this feeling, or maybe there was some deep feelings that you were processing and you just felt like people didn't understand. That's why having the Queen of Cups here is beautiful. In the month of November, you give it to yourself. You go, I understand me, you know, I love me. You're sharing the love and compassion with yourself first. And as I said, what that does for this beautiful queen is she meets her own needs. So she's able to go within first, make sure her cup is filled. And that's what allows her to then be this beautiful, understanding, compassionate, empathetic kind of leader. So I would say that if you haven't given yourself the love you need or the time that you need to process certain things or the compassion and understanding that you need, you haven't been caring for your emotional body or you loving yourself enough, it's important that you do that now. You may need to transition into that kind of an energy this month in order to fully feel loved unconditionally and protected and have this content energy come about, because that's what it feels. They're using the word contentment. Let's see what else we have here for you. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, the Hierophant energy. Okay, the Hierophant energy is, they're showing the word tradition, which it's definitely connected to this card. But you see how she's even got her hand kind of clutching some sort of a necklace or an emblem is the word they're using here. And she's got her hand on this woman's back, like she's comforting her, or she's in understanding with her. This is very interesting. So you may find that you're able to connect with other people based on what's going on with your own emotions. You may find that you're able to be there for others as you move through November. You may find that other people are starting to understand you better, or you're able to communicate your emotions because of the transition and the self-care and the contentment that you have. The Hierophant in and of itself is a very connective card. It deals with tradition, as they were saying, yes. It's a purposeful connection to your higher divine source, right? So sometimes this will come as a compassionate leader or a religious figure, a religious leader, someone who connects you to spirit or higher wisdom. You may be this person, or you may be seeking knowledge and information from someone who does understand, who can help you with what's going on with you emotionally. So that's beautiful. This is a lovely line. We're moving into transitioning into an energy where you're more open. It just feels like there's some kind of connection here that is happening, both spiritually. So with the divine source, you're feeling like, I understand now. You may understand your purpose, what the purpose of feeling this or this transition was for you. but also understanding where you stand with other people. That's what I'm feeling, is like either someone is listening to you differently, or you feel like they understand where you're coming from differently, or you're able to connect with someone on a deeper level and they understand the purpose of why you went through this, or they've been through something similar. Either you're seeking some kind of knowledge from someone, or giving it to someone, but it's a connection that's happening from a much higher source. It's wisdom that's being given. I love this. Let's see what the connecting energy is. The Four of Cups. Interesting. Look how bored she looks. The figure here has her 3 cups, and then we've got this beautiful offering in her peripheral vision. So she's not able to see it because she's kind of, her attention is in La La Land a bit. The Four of Cups energy is always wonderful because there's a gift that's going to be given. That's what this represents, a gift from spirit. The cup that you may be missing, they're saying. The cup that you may be missing. So if you still feel like there's something missing, again, I feel like this is to do with an actual person in your life. What we were just discussing with someone understanding you, or you making a connection where you feel understood, or you helping someone else. This feels like it's going to come out of nowhere. Usually that's what happens with a Four of Cups. So what you want to look out for is staying open. Keep practicing those beautiful self-care techniques. Keep acknowledging your emotions, right? Allowing yourself to sift through them, allowing yourself to flow with the waves the best that you can, the waves of emotion or the waves of water, the best that you can. But you want to watch out for not having this open energy or shutting down, right? Because she can't see it because her hand is up on her chin and on her face, and she's not looking in the right direction. She's not being open. She's focused on what she has now, as if that is all there is. That's the key with the Four of Cups, is we kind of get in a routine, or we're asking spirit, is this all there is? Is this what this was all about? Is that it? Isn't there anything else? Why? Why did I have to do that? Why did I have to go through that? Is there ever going to be anything that I'm really truly going to love? Or is there ever going to be someone who understands me? And the trick here is like, yes is the answer, but we need to be able to be open to it. If we're not paying attention, we can miss this. And this is a miracle energy, something being gifted to you out of nowhere, something that you're not seeing right now that's going to come in to fill your cup or to fill your heart. It's like the missing link. So I have a feeling in this group, you guys may be connecting with someone that's really going to serve your heart center, that's making you feel more at home. It feels like I'm more at home in my heart. I have a better understanding of myself. I feel seen. I feel understood. It like fills your heart with love. And again, may come out of nowhere. I don't feel like you're expecting it necessarily, and that's not a bad thing. Just as they're saying, continue to focus on the love and the self-care and meeting your own needs, right? Exploring your own emotions. What is it that I need? What is it that I want? How can I give that to myself? And then keep your view and your perspective very open, because spirit's going to be bringing it in for you. We don't want to miss it. It's a lovely energy of just as we open up, something is provided that makes your heart feel full, that makes your heart feel centered, right? And it makes you feel loved, essentially loved. And it feels very wise, divine, the information or the energy of the connection, or it could just be somebody saying something to you. Someone may just hand you like a book to read, or they may offer something to you and you wait. And then when you get home, you open it up and it's just what you needed to hear, right? It's just what you needed. And you're like, I never thought this would come from this at all. I was not expecting this, but it's exactly what I needed to hear right now. So it's this energy of the divine intervening to help reconnect you to the higher purpose or higher source, and provide you with some wisdom that's really going to fill your heart. Love that. Keep your channel way open. Perspective. No blinders on for this group. It's important to recognize the miracles as they come in this month. And the Fool card. Wow, the Fool is showing up for most signs as well. This marks a new beginning. So yes, this beautiful transition is happening. You're blooming, contentment energy, loving and understanding yourself. And we get the new beginning here. You see the depiction of the the rose in this and the rose in that. Now we're following our bliss, following what is blooming. The Fool card is a brand new energy. It's the first card of the major arcana. It's card 0, right? Starting at ground 0, they're saying. And it's not an energy of like, oh my God, now I have to start all over. It's an energy of, yay, I get to start this now. And that's this feeling. I feel supported. I feel loved. I'm taking good care of myself. I feel more content in my being. I feel unconditionally loved, and now I can begin this new path. The Fool has exuberant, they're saying, exuberant excitement for what may be up on the path ahead. The Fool isn't worried about exactly what's going to come up and pop up and, you know, how to handle every little situation. They just begin. So this may feel a bit, they're saying, uncomfortable, actually. Maybe this is out of your comfort zone, something that you're being offered. Perhaps the cup presents you with something that feels a bit uncomfortable, a little bit out of your comfort zone, something that you weren't expecting that has this brand new energy to it. You could be joining some sort of a group, perhaps, like meeting a new friend, they're saying. But this feels really good. It will feel maybe a bit risky, but you'll want to follow the bliss or follow the heart center, the happy, the blooming energy, right? Here we are in contentment, and then we're starting to follow that. Leaving your cares and troubles behind. That's how they're saying it for you guys. So amazing. Let's see the connecting card. Oh, the 6 of Cups. Lovely. Okay. See, everything feels to be lining up. Look at that. That is a beautiful energy. And we have the greenery here as well. Look at full contentment. So the 6 of Cups is interesting because the 6 of Cups is a bit of a nostalgia vibe. It's definitely a card that wants to balance things out for you, wants to create some harmony, but oftentimes it can see us doing lots of reflection and being like, see how she's like looking back on experiences, they're popping up in her head. The 6 of Cups is good for that. It's a very positive reflection card. So as you're moving forward on your new path, or you're embarking on a journey, or maybe you're doing something that is a bit out of your comfort zone, here we can see that you can pull from your past experience in order to have an even better time, is how they want to say it. This to me feels like for you guys, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, November is where you say to yourself, I'm rewriting that story. And what Spirit is saying right now is how it happened before, it's not going to happen that way again. That's just not how things go, right? Like it's not going to be exactly the same, whatever it is. And so if you have some worrisome energy coming up as you're like reflecting or you're starting something new, but it feels like, oh my God, I'm nervous. Is this going to happen again? Or, you know, last time I did this, or last time I tried something like this, or last time it wasn't that fun for me, or it didn't end well, or, you know, I made a mistake or something like that. They're wanting us to really focus and understand that that's not the way it goes. We've gone through some sort of a transition here, right? And so this is a different path. This is a different experience, and you get to take from your past and pick and choose, really. It's like choosing to remember the beautiful energy, right, that you have available to you, the positive memories, the things that you want to take that fill your cup, that make you feel loved. Even if it was a difficult experience, like this figure here is like staring at us like, this doesn't feel good. We're not going to focus on the not feeling good part of things. In this new era, okay, the word era. In this new era, this new path, you're taking the wisdom from the past experience, whether it was good or bad, and using it. It's crystallizing, they're saying, crystallizing it as wisdom for you to take with you. You can look back and keep the pieces that you look back on fondly. So let's say you had a relationship with someone and it was absolutely amazing for a time, and then it wasn't amazing and you needed to part ways. What Spirit is saying is take the information and the wisdom that you gained from that experience when it was amazing. Remember how it feels, and then take that memory with you as you move forward. This feeling is like reflecting and using what we have to be in a much higher balanced harmonistic is what they're saying. I don't think that's a word. Maybe it is. But a vibe where it feels like I am at ease, I am relieved, I feel good, and it's a frequency that they're talking about where things feel balanced or in harmony. And that's what the Six of Cups is wanting to provide for you on the new path. There's no sense worrying about what has gone already. And clearly you've been through a transition where self-care was needed. You needed to give yourself that extra love and attention, validation, etc. And that has moved into a place where now you get to make new connections, where you get to open your heart differently. Spirit will provide here, and you're meant to then take that and continue to elevate 4 to a 6. You see, it's like we have 3 here, and now we double that energy moving forward. And we're looking back. They keep saying looking back fondly. They keep saying that. So looking back fondly as we're moving forward. It feels like whatever was topsy-turvy in the emotional body, whatever was being processed, whatever felt like we were going through waves of emotion, you've done a good job at doing your best to understand, and now you're in a position where you get to have a 2020, hindsight's always 2020. We're like looking at it differently with a clearer view, and now we're open to experiencing something new while taking our good memories with us. It's lovely energy. It feels content and cheerful is what I would say. Okay, let's see what other messages they have for you, water signs. Goddess energy. Oh my goodness. Guinevere and true love. Yes, what a lovely card to have in this pull for you guys. Oh, it's your heart. You see, it's like being content. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Wow. Whatever you deserve in your heart center, if you are working with Guinevere this month, true love will come to you. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, the energy is lovely. See, we want to make sure we stay open here. For you guys, the water signs, you need to open your heart. Even if it's uncomfortable, we're opening up just a bit. The main thing is make sure you don't have the blinders on. Call in Guinevere to connect you to the energy of true love. And again, if where you're starting is self-love, that's perfectly fine. Love yourself first. It's only going to help you elevate and attract and, you see, have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. This is that miracle that's going to fill your heart. This is what's coming in. We've already seen it happening, and now you've got just the right goddess to help you with that. So make sure you're calling in Guinevere on your team. Yeah, it really is this content energy, cheerful, content, loving energy. Let's see what we have connected. The swan. So you can add graceful to that. Stillness energy with this swan card. This is a swan that is waiting for the ice to melt to be able to move forward. It's like waiting patiently, waiting in grace. So again, there's this sense of stillness within, loving yourself, waiting for the right time, not needing to run after something, but knowing that it's available to you. True love in stillness. It's almost as if they're saying you feel it first, and that's how we're able to bring it in. So you feel it within first. There's this line in your reading that makes me want to say, the external world or the external validation or waiting for somebody to love you and say that is not really the point of the month. This feels like you taking all of the power in your own heart and fully prioritizing loving yourself. And what that does is it allows the universe. So in that stillness where you are unconditionally loved already, it allows yourself to, yes, open up, but it allows spirit to bring in something lovely, or you're just able to attract differently because you've put all of your energy into loving yourself through this transition or this transformation. focusing on it, being content with where you are and who you are, and just showering yourself almost with love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled, right, the universe. So it's very interesting. It's like we're just sitting here in stillness, but what we have going on within is propelling the external energies to be attracted to you. It's very interesting. I don't feel that you need to do much, but of course, as we look into the individual readings, we'll be able to see a bit more how the other elements are working with you throughout the month. But it just feels like there's certainly a sense of being still and being in love. And I don't mean in an egotistical way, like in love with yourself, but that's what I want to say. Prioritizing self-care, self-love, and loving yourself, and not looking to constantly be validated by somebody else and their love for you to love yourself. It's like you already know you're deserving of this. Guinevere is the perfect goddess for you this month. Perfect. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's see what we have on this side. Ooh, the storyteller. Look at these rose petals, okay? Wow. You have the key. We can see that very, very evidently. To write a new story. That's what this is. From a place of love and spirit and connection. Something new is beginning. Something new wants to come in. Yes, thank you. Writing a love story. Be your own storyteller. Rewrite the story, right? What they're talking about with the Six of Cups and focusing on what brought you contentment in the past, right? Looking on the past fondly and then writing the story as you wish to remember it, because our memories are faulty anyway, right? My water signs, the memories that we have, they can be skewed so easily. So when we decide to focus on something that feels good and write the story that way, it's not to say that you're making things up that weren't there, let's say, or you're lying to yourself, but just picking and choosing the things that you know are going to move you forward in a positive direction. And this just empty book, getting ready to write from a heart-centered place, it's like a renewal where you get to start again and you get to come from love and you get to attract what you truly desire, what your heart desires into your life. It's time to write your own story, right? It's time to write a different story, perhaps, than the one that you've been coming from or that you've been feeling. Now, those waves of emotion are bringing us into a different place where new things are available, much more loving, fulfilling things are available. Let's see what's here. Pleasurable things are available. Look at this. You know, an archway for a new beginning where everything is blooming and blossoming. Yes, absolutely. It's like the things that you find pleasurable or bring your heart joy, bring your heart happiness, bring love into your life. That's what you're experiencing here. A story full of love and pleasure and contentment. Yes. We move from this beautiful content energy to wondering, but keeping the channel open in connection with the divine and perhaps others, to looking back and going, oh, now I understand that, or wow, that really did make such a beautiful difference in my life. Even if that stuff happened, like I'm gonna focus on this, that wonderful time that we spent together, right? And so it is essentially rewriting the story of your heart and then attracting in this beautiful, pleasurable energy, stillness and pleasure. It's so lovely. Oh, wow. What a wonderful opportunity for just a massively loving month, unconditionally loving month. Perfect for your element. Let's see what other information we're going to get here for you. The Eight of Cups, another sign of a new adventure. You can see here she's walking away. The Eight of Cups is a manifestation card. It says, I'm ready for a new adventure. I'm leaving behind what wasn't serving me, which is what these cups are here. With an Eight of Cups, you walk right into a wish fulfillment because you're willing to walk away from what's making your heart, they're saying plundering your heart. Interesting. I don't know that I would ever use that word unless I was in some kind of like a pirate scenario. But what was, creating these waves of emotion, the things that were distressing you, the things that were causing you emotional distress or sadness, or the things that you were carrying that just were not working for you, that weren't allowing you to feel content or loved. The Eight of Cups says, as you walk away from that energy, you walk right into a new adventure, or that wish fulfilled, or your heart being full, right? True love coming. So what they're telling us is you have to be willing to do this. You have to be willing to sit with yourself and to listen to the stirrings, right, of your heart, what your heart truly does want. You have to be able to give that to yourself. And in order to do that, you may need to walk away from some things that are not fulfilling, whether that's a certain activity, a certain relationship, the way that you think about something, the way that you communicate, a job, something that you're involved in, a certain group of people, whatever it is where you're going like, this doesn't really work. Every time I am concluding something with this person or this group, or every time I'm finished this or I leave this, I always feel worse. I don't feel better. People who bring you down or they mess with your emotions. This figure is walking away to begin a new adventure, new story, new adventure, one with love. Yes. Okay, and we also have, the King of Cups. Perhaps you will be meeting someone, because we do have Guinevere involved. We have the Four of Cups involved. So you may be meeting someone. They're saying this could represent a person for sure. The King of Cups is the master of the suit. Interesting. They're showing me the watch here. The watch. They're going like, it's about time, or it's the right time. It's the time, kind of. That's the narrative that's going on right now. That's what I'm hearing. So it may be the time. You may find that you meet a really emotionally stable person. That's what the King of Cups represents. If you are the queen here, then you may be meeting someone. I cannot say that that's not going to happen because of these cards here. It very well may be. The King of Cups may be a romantic interest, or it may be representing a new best friend, someone who you really connect with, who you feel has compassion and understanding for you, or you just get each other, so it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. Could be, because we have the word romantic here. Could be. Maybe it's a reconnection of your hearts. If you're in a relationship already, let's say, and you've been feeling like it's been going through some sort of a deep transition, and you've been doing your best to prioritize yourself and your needs, etc., you may be reconnecting with this person because you're we have the Six of Cups here, and you're walking away from the things that don't work in order to be able to come to a higher expression of the loving connection. But overall, a King of Cups is a master of his emotions, right? So he has this beautiful emotional balance, and we can see why. We're stepping into pleasure, and we're rewriting the story so that we feel like we're in harmony and we're in peace in our heart, and our heart's desires are available, and we're loving ourselves. And we have this beautiful balance that we now decide our life from, is how they're saying it. You're making decisions about your life and on this new path from a place of emotional balance, not emotional upheaval. Whatever this was that you had to go through, it seems that it is worth it. There's this beautiful loving energy now, and a harmony where you're now attracting what you truly do desire, because there's a new way or a new adventure that you're going on. It's because you stopped and you allowed yourself to feel and give and seek the love from where it's coming, right? So your divine connection, your true self, your true heart center. This new story may involve a new heart connection as well. That's very pleasurable, right? I have to say that because of the way they're coming. Could be someone from the past showing back up, or the way they're really wanting me to read this is someone that your relationship was going through a transition, and so now we're reconnecting at a higher level. And it may be because you both took time to kind of work on yourselves or love yourselves, and now you're able to understand and write a new story here that's much more pleasurable, much more loving as you move forward. Either way, this is a wonderful up level for you, right? The new path includes this mastery of your emotions and compassion and love. Okay, let's get some more messages for you now. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. fierce serenity. And it's card number 8. The 8 will connect here. That's where we have another 8 there. We also have an 8 here, 17, 8. So, walking away from the new adventure, using that courage that you have in order to seek a more serene path, a more balanced, loving path, and as we've been discussing, write a more loving new story. You get to write your story, and you can rewrite your story at any time. It will require, you see the lion, the courage, the bravery within and then without to be able to start this new adventure for yourself, but it's going to bring nothing but I just feel like your heart's desire is now going to be able to come true because you're acknowledging it. And instead of staying in this like old narrative of, what you believe you deserve because of like self-deprecating conditioning or old stories that you told yourself before that made you just purely unhappy. Now you're rewriting the story so that it has pleasure and joy and love, walking away from that old stuff and doing it with fierce serenity. So this is a sense of like grounding, like I'm not going back. That's the feeling. I'm not going back. We also have you are light. 5611, that's nice. Double ones, I mean, that's lovely. That's a master number, sense of new beginning, doubling down on that. You are light. Oh my gosh, I love it. Heart light. Yes. Yes, they're like, use your heart light. Remembering that you are this beautiful beacon of light. The more that you give to yourself, the brighter you shine. It's like you become the lighthouse, right? You are the lighthouse. The lighthouse doesn't go out to the boats and like, here I am. The lighthouse stays grounded on the shore so that the boats know where to go, right? Know where the shore is and know how to come in safely. This is the feeling of attracting to you. You are the light. I know it says you are light, but I feel like they're saying like, you are the light. You have to remember that. And that's what November is all about for you. My water signs, wow. Okay, final messages for you now for this first part. Reevaluate. In the starlit sky, we still look for the falling stars. That's an indication of this energy, right? Where you're reflecting and you're making sure that you're not just going, oh no, it's fine, I'll keep doing this, even though it doesn't feel good, like I'm not gonna pay attention to that. This is all about honoring your emotions and being able to walk away and take this reflection to reevaluate past experiences, to use the wisdom, but also how you're looking at things and the perspective by which you're looking at it. You have the ability to do that. It's like stopping for a second to, yes, reevaluate, but reflect. It's reflection energy and deciding and listening to your heart and deciding for yourself what you want to keep and what you're no longer willing to, feel anymore or to deal with anymore, right? What you're not willing to put up with perhaps, or what you don't want to be involved in, what you don't want to be exchanging energy with anymore. And the falling stars energy is talking about loss. So it's like reevaluating what it is that you have lost. It's looking at the losses differently in order to be able to take with you, right? As we were saying, and perhaps write a new story. Reevaluate the story you've been telling yourself. Talk to your heart, Ooh, of course you guys have this. Attract, yes. That's exactly what we've been saying, right? You're the lighthouse. Like the moon and the ocean, you attract good things into your life, most certainly. And the ocean, yes, all of your water. Like the moon and the ocean, you attract good things into your life. Yeah, you're literally the lighthouse this month. If you don't like what you're pulling in, right? If you're like, why does this keep showing up in my life. You might have someone from the past come back and it's not what you want. You need to be very clear about that, right? And that's just spirit. That'll be just spirit doing what spirit does, which is checking on you, right? Checking you and going, hey, are you sure you don't want this anymore? Because you had it for a while. I know that it maybe didn't make you feel so happy, but we're just going to check and see if you still might want it. And if you're really making the decision to love yourself and follow your heart's desire, you will decline. You know, that's where you put up the boundary, where you call in Guinevere and go, absolutely not. That is not the story that I'm telling myself anymore. You return to stillness, you reevaluate so you can attract exactly what it is that you're looking to attract, your true heart's desire, that unconditional love that you have the ability to attract by doing absolutely nothing but just being yourself, right? You don't have to do anything to be unconditionally loved. This is a month where you fully align with that, where you understand that and you begin attracting things, good things, right? Miracles into your life, because you've taken the time to go, that didn't work for me. I'm not doing that. That didn't make me feel good anymore. So it's a no. And like I said, don't worry if spirit kind of brings something in and it's confusing, like, I told you I wasn't doing this, and they bring it in to check. Just kindly and compassionately say, no, thank you. Put up the boundary, and that way they'll go, okay, you know, he or she said no to this, and so that's not the way that we want to go. You might have to use a bit of courage and bravery again, but you can do it from a really beautiful, grounded, serene, as the card says, place, because remember, you are the light. So I hope that this serves you, and beautiful water signs. Again, we're going to take an extra look into each of the individual signs, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So you can head down to the description and click on the timestamp next to your particular zodiac sign, so we can look at how the other elements, fire, air, and earth, will be affecting you or guiding you this month, and how you can utilize them with all of this lovely water. And if this just feels like it's not enough for you, you can head down to the description and click on the link to order or purchase an individual reading if you'd like more information, or if you have other questions based on your zodiac placements here. That is a card pull and audio insight that's delivered to your inbox. Just as a reminder, if you're looking for more, I do have those available. Again, it was an absolute pleasure to read for you. I'm very excited for you to welcome true, absolute, true, unconditional love into your life and walk away from the things that just are not serving anymore. It's time for a new path, time for a new beginning. You are the lighthouse. You are the light. And I will see you in the individual readings. Hello, Cancer, sun, moon, and or rising. We are going to take an extra look now at how you can use the other three elements over the course of the month. And those three elements for you are fire, air, and earth. So let's get right into it. We'll roll these up and see what your shuffle is. Ooh, double threes here for you guys, double threes. Of course, that adds up to a 6, but 3 energy in general is being magnified here with this roll for you. So beautiful, let's say, balance and harmony wanting to come in over the course of the month. I know we are transforming and transitioning, as well as beginning anew and getting really connected to purposeful energy, and really opening up your heart in order to be able to reflect and take good care of yourself and receive. But magnifying threes, not only do you want to probably look out for threes over the course of November, so that will be an indicator for you. For me, threes or 33 is a master number. This is you working with the master teachers, right? And having support from spirit coming through for you in that way. Of course, you had Guinevere and true love, so you may want to most certainly call her in and work with her. And any other masters that you feel guided to or intuitively connected to. And threes are about collaboration and creativity. So keep that in mind as you're moving through the month. Let's see what we have for you. We are going to begin with the element of fire, so the suit of wands in the tarot. Let's see what we have here. Freedom energy, love this. Being able to fly free, they just said. Being able to fly free, which is lovely. Perhaps you're gonna feel like you have more creative freedom. You have more freedom in your collaborations. You have this liberation feeling as it concerns your spirit, right? And what's coming up to inspire you over the course of the month. Because again, wands or fire have to do with your true spirit, that spirit within you, that light within. Let's see what we have for our fire card. I almost grabbed that. Here we go. Top, 7 of Wands. Interesting. All right. So a 7 of Wands, you can see, actually she kind of has a bit of a smirk on her face. This card in a low expression can be quite difficult and frustrating. So we're definitely going to want to look out for that because it's attached to a freedom card for you Cancers here. It's important for you to recognize where you may be feeling like you're being fired up. People may be coming at you, or you feel like you're always having to defend yourself or explain yourself, specifically because you're looking to take good care of yourself over the course of the month. And to take those moments of calm and stillness and connect to your heart center and look for the miracles, keep an open perspective, etc. You may have people coming in to go, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You know, what's happening? I don't understand this. And you kind of get defensive in that, like having to fire back at them or to overly explain is what they're saying. Overly explain yourself. So you just want to watch out for that because we have this attached to the freedom card, being free or liberated doesn't automatically, initiate some sort of explanation. You have the ability to be free, to follow what it is that you're meant to be doing, or to follow your fire in this case, without needing to go into, let's say, this huge explanation or a descriptive, they're saying a descriptive passage or monologue about it. So yes, if you feel like people are going to be collaborating with you, if you feel like you want to share what's creatively coming up or inspiring you, wonderful. With the 7 of Wands in a high expression, especially attached to like a freedom energy or a liberation energy, being able to fly high, as they said, this is about experience, knowing yourself enough, knowing what lights you up, and being able to go ahead and go at that without feeling the pressure or allowing the pressure to get to you from other people in the external world or external circumstances. You don't want to get fired up. You want to be confident in what's inspiring you. You want to be confident in what it is that you're, let's say, creating or what's transitioning or what you're beginning. If you're doing some reflection, this may come in handy because this kind of energy allows you to go, what have I done in the past that feels good to me, that I feel passionate about, let's say, that feels purposeful even, because you had that Hierophant energy in your main spread. How do I have the ability to bring that into my life right now without feeling like I need to explain it? So you may have a creative or passion project that you kind of want to work on. Maybe you're working on it on the side, and that's giving you some of the connection back to your heart center and your heart's desire. If you're looking to walk away from something that's firing you up, it's a great month to do that for you because we have freedom connected to owning your fire, paying attention to that inspiration. Now you can see she's ready to go here. She's ready to do what she needs to do. If someone does come up or there's an external situation that is pushing up against you, you have the ability to defend yourself, but I would just, again, warn against feeling like you have to do that. You have to have this explanation for everything or everyone. Make sure you know that your boundaries are in place. Make sure you know what you want to share, right, is what I would say, because you have the freedom to do so as you please. This is about liberating yourself, understanding what it is you've been able to accomplish, giving yourself that pat on the back, noting your experience to bring things to life in the past. And if you're doing some reflection, then where are the positions that you've been in or the experiences, or they're saying the tasks that you've done, the things that you've accomplished that made you feel light, bright, and free? Focus on those and use your experience from those in the present moment or throughout this month to light that fire within you, to grow that fire within you. Again, the main message is there's no need to go into over explanations of things if you don't feel called to. You can just say, I'm going to keep that to myself, or thank you so much for asking, but I don't feel comfortable talking about it, or it's not something that I like to share. Get your back pocket statements ready if you feel like people are going to be like, what the heck why are you doing this? It's about feeling liberated in growing that light within, in a passion project, in what you're feeling guided to do to take care of yourself, right? And owning and acknowledging what you've been able to do in the past successfully, bringing things to fruition, because this is a card of experience. All right, let's see what we have going on in the air element. Leadership, love, freedom and leadership. Wow. We've got the leadership card. Lovely to have with the Suit of Swords. So the element of air is about communication and clarity, truth. It works with your mind. It works with how you verbalize, how you share, right? How you share. And so clearly you have some power going on in the element of air that you can use. You may be feeling like you are needing to ascend to a leadership position. Also having this power position in your own life about what you want to communicate about or how you're going to communicate. You may need to be having conversations with people this month about things, and this feels like I have everything that I need to move forward, to trek forward with. It's like strength energy. Let's see what we have coming up in the Suit of Swords for you. The Six of Swords. Yeah, she's climbing a mountain in this depiction, as you can see, and she's got all of the swords on her back. This is she may be the leader of the pack, is how they're saying it, the leader of the pack. So, envisioning people coming behind her, watching what she's doing to get up the mountain as well, or to move behind her as well. That's an interesting note that they're giving with this depiction here for a Six of Swords. A Six of Swords is, well, we've got the six here. It's in general a very beautiful card of mental transition. So transitioning to a calmer or more peaceful state of mind. But to me, this feels like not only are we the leader of the pack here, and in your mind, you need to know that, right? Leadership, and then we're climbing the mountain up to a goal or up to... success energy, wanting to bring something to fruition. This card asks us to transition the way that we're thinking about the climb, right? And our perhaps position in the climb. So I would say for you, Cancer, that there is probably something that you're looking to get to the top of. You're trying to reach a precipice of some sort. You are maybe beginning a new path or connecting with your purposeful energy and noting that this is a bit of a climb here, that there is a trek in front of you, that it's a journey, right? And when you get a Six of Swords, it's so beautifully supported by Spirit. So again, the master teacher's coming in, using Guinevere and that true love energy to reconnect to your heart center, come from a loving mindset. Spirit really helps us to transition our mind out of any kind of chaos or confusion when you have a Six of Swords, to be at ease with the journey, right? That's what they're saying. Be at ease with the journey. Be at ease with the climb. Be in reality. Thank you. Be in a realistic mindset about the fact that the journey is always happening and we're trekking. There are challenges along the way. You may have frustrating points that you're kind of needing to navigate. Maybe because you have that Eight of Cups in your main reading, you're learning to walk away or begin a new adventure. And they want you to have this beautiful, calm, balanced mindset about it, to not be worrying so much about the past, but instead noting what you have for experience, noting that you are liberating yourself, or you have the freedom to liberate yourself, and you're in a leadership position. So as it comes to your mind, it's like a leadership mindset that we're looking for. We're not struggling or worrying over little things, right? We're not going to focus our attention and our thought processes on the things that cause conflict or the things that cause chaos in our head. Instead, we're focused and moving up the mountain. And you're doing so, she's literally taken the thoughts and put them in her backpack. So there may be things throughout the month where you're like, this is not the time for me to overthink about this. I need to set this aside so I can focus on where I'm headed, or focus on the present moment, or in your case, focus on self-care, focus on this transition, focus on the goal, focus on the steps that I'm taking to embark upon this new path, focus on my pleasure points, focus on communicating a different story to myself, right? Because you've got that storyteller energy, emotional balance, and mental stability, or mental calm is how I'll put it. There's this beautiful sense that you're going to have a leadership mindset, and you never know, people may be looking to you to see how it is you're able to move forward. That's why they gave me that visual of people being behind you, like you're leading the pack. However you're thinking about it, other people may kind of get on board with that. So just be aware of that, just because you have a leadership position. If you're looking or working in a group or looking to work in a group, collaborate with other people, your opinion, the way that you communicate is going to be very important. How you're thinking about the project or the challenge is going to be important. We don't want to be stirring the pot, is how they're saying it, but kicking up things that are unnecessary, because they land in people's head and that permeates into their vibration, and you may not have the best collaborative experience if you're doing that. Like if there's complaints or we're just focusing on issues instead of solutions, that's what they're saying, okay? This really is a leadership energy. Then, it kind of affects the energy of the entire group. So people are going to be either looking to you for a peaceful communication or for that solution-oriented kind of mindset. And you have everything that you need to be able to do that for yourself. Yes. And because in your main spread, you have the reflective energy, so pulling from the past, you're going to be able to think about things differently to help you lead, right? You're going to be able to look and go like, oof, that was a difficult time. However, in this moment, during this month, I am focused on what provides my mind with peace and calm so that I can focus on the next step in my journey, even if I know that I am climbing a mountain or there will be challenges. I'm moving into a peaceful place about it. Lovely. Coming out of the chaos and into a peaceful mindset with massive support from spirit. Don't forget that. Yeah, they might say something like, save that thought process for another day. Save that thought process for a specific time. Save those thoughts to be able to be processed in this area of time, right? Like you have a designated times during meditation, during a session with a practitioner, etc., so that you're not ignoring them, but you're being very specific about what you're allowing in your mind. That's why she's like, nope, now is not the time for me to focus on these thoughts. I'm putting them behind me or putting them in my backpack. I'll carry them. And then maybe later when I take a rest or there's time designated for it, yes, I can unpack one of those and ponder over it, but I'm not going to let it stop me moving forward. Leadership mindset, calm leadership mindset. Okay, now let's take a look at the element of earth. With the suit of pentacles, diligence. Another bird, energy of a higher perspective. Yeah, the diligence energy on a physical plane pull, so earth element. This is all about what's happening in the physical. Tells you need the focus. So it's a very nice lineup to have that card connected to earth, right? It's like if you are willing to be conscious and diligent on the physical plane, you are going to feel that liberation. You are going to feel like you are the leader of your life or your mind. Let's see what we have coming up. Wow, 6 of coins, nice. 2 6s here. You got a double 3 6, and you've got 2 6s going on here. So that's wonderful. This is added harmony. The 6 of coins is a lovely card to have. This is a card of generosity. It's a karma card. It tells you if you're diligent in your practices, if you're diligent on what you're working on, what you're focused on, if you're conscious and you keep up the good work comes back to you, right? The universe will respond generously on the physical plane. So you can expect to see some balancing out here. Balancing out of your mind, balancing out of your finances, your physical self, your space around you, balancing out based on the diligent work that you're continuing to do and have done. This is lovely, actually, because you can feel that if you've been working on something, working through something, Keeping up the good work is going to reap benefits or rewards for you. You can see she's giving this pentacle or this coin to this other woman here because she has grown. She's done the work to grow this. So if you've been working on something for a while, or you're wondering, when am I ever going to see like the payoff, is how they're saying it, the payoff or something coming back, when am I going to receive the bounty of it, you may start to see some of that going on in the month of November for you, which is lovely because this is a physical card. So you're actually receiving here, manifesting here on the physical plane. I don't feel like it's an overly, like it's not an overabundance, but it feels like the karmic balance is happening. So if you've gone, I've done all this work and I'm not seeing, where is it? When do I receive from this? Where is it? Here we start to see it now in this month. But again, because it is connected to the diligence energy, I would say keep up the good work is the phrase that they keep saying, right? It's like we don't just stop now because we start to receive, because we start to reap the rewards of all of our hard work. You're continuing. You have the freedom to tap into that fire. You have a beautiful leadership mindset that is calm, peaceful, and diligence is going to keep this rolling in. The universe is going to show you, right? They're going to be generous with you this month. Yeah. Wow. It's a nice kind of leveling out almost is the feeling. It does feel very grounded for some reason, Cancers. It feels like we're starting to understand, and as things come in, it's easier to keep on that climb or to be diligent on that track, to have the leadership mindset, to stand up for yourself when you need to, but like create beautiful boundaries to go like, I'm going to liberate myself from, old narratives or the idea that if somebody wants to know, I have to tell them. It feels like you're freeing yourself and loving yourself over the course of the month. And this creates this wonderful leveling out. It just feels very grounded to me for some reason. Beyond just the Six of Coins, like the calm in the mind, the generosity in the physical plane, it's wonderful. If you've been like literally doing a workout, let's say you're trying to be more healthy or you're eating differently, you're going to start to see some of the changes happening in your physical body over the course of the month. Yeah. It's like the payoff is finally trickling in or coming in, and it's almost relieving. It helps this. It aids the mental calm. It aids the mental harmony in seeing it, and that allows you to stay in this leadership energy and then continue to do the diligent work. Keep at it, because this is just the beginning. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's get a couple more messages for you before we close. Selenite, clear the clutter. So this is a massively amazing connectivity stone, connected stone or crystal. If you have some selenite around this month, pull it out, lay it out, connect to it, hold it for a second every day and connect your energy to it. Clear the clutter says, we want to kind of be clear about the boundaries before you feel any kind of an onslaught. Understand, no, I'm working from a place of wisdom. I understand what I'm here to do. I'm going to allow myself to be freed, clearing the clutter in your mind, clearing the clutter in your physical space, because there's a lot of focused energy that's coming in for you, in particular, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. And so this tells us we need to be connected. Specifically, you want to channel into your water, right? Channel into your heart center as you're moving forward. Clear anything else out. There is a real sense of, focused, intentional energy moving forward from a place of appreciation, love, acknowledgement for you guys in particular. So anything that you see lingering in your head, put in the backpack for a specific time. Designate that time. You don't ignore it, but you don't let it just float around and create all this clutter. Same thing in your physical environment or in a project or the work you're doing or in a community. Make sure that you're being clear. You're communicating clearly. You're clearing out the space. Yeah. Okay, and we also have the celestite, soothe your soul. This feels like really connected to, you see all the blue. This is a very calming stone connected to your main element, that element of water. It's a lot of transitioning and taking care of your heart center at the same time, reconnecting with yourself in order to be able to go out and do the work that you need to do to feel liberated, right? And I love the recognition of the honoring for you, especially Cancer, because the recognition puts you into a channel where there isn't the clutter or like fears and shame and this kind of guilt stuff anymore. It is a soothing, grounding kind of leveling out that's happening. So this is lovely that we have this here, but it's just reminding me of your main element because of all the blue and the, calmness that comes with the celestite stone. They're saying it's okay to breathe into yourself. Remember, you had that stillness card. So breathing into yourself, giving yourself those moments to reconnect with unconditional love for yourself while you are going about this day-to-day diligent work so that you can feel like I am free, I am a leader. I lead my life. Beautiful. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. I hope that this serves you for the month ahead. It was a pleasure to read for you, and I hope you have a beautiful, liberating leadership kind of November. Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. We're going to take an extra look at how you can best use the other 3 elements over the course of the month. So those 3 elements for you are fire, air, and earth. Let's get right into it. We're going to roll these up and see what your numbers are in your numbered shuffle. A 5 and a 6. So a bit of consecutive energy. They're saying right away. It's like a level up, a step up. And of course, that's an 11. So a master number. 11s are the energy of continuing or starting something new. So it could be an 11-2, which says keep going, you're on the right track. But the 11 energy is working with the new beginning that is at hand, is how Spirit is saying it. The new beginning that is at hand. If you recall, of course, in your main spread, we are looking at and working with this sense of transition, reconnection to purpose, and then starting a new path, being willing to look at what you've been through, reflect on what you have been through, and bring that beautiful wisdom into this fresh new path for you with unconditional love. I mean, it's really a self-care, self-love kind of month. So let's shuffle this up and see what we have. Now we'll begin with the element of fire and taking a look at that. The element of fire is all about your spirit, right? What's inspiring you? What are you connected to? What are you passionate about? So we have, the trust card. I love this calm energy with the water because, of course, your main element is water, and there's a sense of peace. There's a sense of peace that's coming with this trust card immediately. Also, the pleasure energy. There's this feeling of pleasure and peace, which you had come up. Rewriting a story where you trust yourself, perhaps, where you trust in your own intuition, you trust your own fire, right? That's lovely. Yeah, it feels like that just calmed right down. The energy just kind of calmed right down. Yeah. We can sit for a minute. Learning to trust yourself is really what it is. Maybe you're going to be doing some practices that make you feel like, okay, I don't know why I'm being inspired by this, or I don't know why this is sparking within me, but I'm going to allow myself to love myself enough to trust in that spark within. Let's see what we have with the tarot. So suit of wands here. Ooh, yes. Look, the 3 of wands in this depiction is beautiful. She is open. She is listening. A 3 of wands is a lovely card, and even the water behind her is calm. This is a calming energy. It doesn't mean that you're not getting lit up by something or that you're not inspired by something, but the emotional energy attached to the element of fire, attached to your true spirit, is more of a calm listening almost energy is what I'm feeling. It's like we need a moment to kind of tune in to where we're being led, what we want to do. You see, she's listening. See how her hair is blowing in the wind? She's listening for the right direction. She's listening for what her spirit is saying. She's listening for what she feels inspired by. When you have a Three of Wands, you're working with the energy of looking to the future, starting to perhaps make some plans for the future. You're trying to choose and embark upon the right path. And when I say right path, I mean the most inspired path, the path that feels most passionate to you right now. So this tells me that we want to give our fire a minute here. For you, my Scorpios, this is like I'm allowing myself to tune in to what I do feel passionate about. I'm telling myself the truth about it, and I'm going to start to trust myself. This is not an over-exaggerated energy at all. This feels, it's almost like a smirk, like, oh yeah, I forgot that I really like to do that, or I forgot that that was within me, or there I am, they just said, there I am, like your true self is sparking up and you go, oh yeah, I do love that. I do that well. Or that is a talent of mine. Or I remember, listening to that, and that feels so good to listen to. It's like we're looking to follow the most inspired path and trusting yourself to acknowledge those pieces so that you can start perhaps making plans. When you're looking to make plans with the Three of Wands, or you're looking for it, you want to just allow yourself to perhaps try it a bit, remember it, ponder it. You may even be wanting to trust the plans that you're making are in alignment. So if you, for instance, feel like, I wonder if I still like this, I wonder if this still is fun for me. I wonder if this still lights me up. You might want to try it over the course of November. Go and check it out. Go and try it for yourself right now and see if that is the direction you want to go in. Because it may be like, oh my gosh, I remember this feels so good. This brings me lots of, the pleasure energy, right? It needs to be a part of my story for the future. Or you might say to yourself, woo, this was exhausting, or I didn't like this at all. I can't believe I used to like this. Wow, okay, that's a definite no. The no's are as important as the yeses, is what they just said. The no's are as important as the yeses. You're looking for what feels good to you here, and you're learning to trust that. So it's intuitive. It feels very intuitive. Inspired action, intuitive planning. Yeah, it feels like I need to trust myself a bit more here, and I'm going to work on it this month. I'm not going to be afraid to try things, but I'm not going to be afraid to tell myself the truth about how that felt or if that feels aligned for me anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and trust it. And again, it's not a fired up energy, really. It just feels explorative. It feels explorative to me, and we're staying calm and we're just processing it, allowing yourself to process. Also, they're saying the Four of Cups that you had in your main spread connected to that Hierophant, there may be things that kind of come as a surprise to you where they feel really good and you didn't think that was going to happen. So if like somebody invites you to something and you go, all right, I'll try it, you may find that this came out of nowhere and you're like, oh, I really liked this. So trust yourself where you are, learn to stay in that beautiful, loving place and listen to the voice of your soul, yes, but that spark within you. Let's see what we have with the element of air here. Oh, of course, you're getting this. You have so much love going on in your main spread, and now we're getting the love card here. I love that. I love it. Something blossoming, something blooming. Again, the idea of Guinevere and working with her. She's bringing in that true love, something that you're gonna love, etc. It's such a connection to the heart and to the waves of emotion that come up, but in this gentle, understanding way, right? Again, the water is calm here. The water is calm. Let's see. So loving thoughts, the element of swords or the element of air, the suit of swords, is about communication, clarity, truth, trusting what's coming through. And in this case, I feel like they're going to be pointing you towards more loving communication, more loving thoughts, especially in your head, they're saying, especially internally. Okay, let's do the shuffle. see what we have here. Yes, okay. Yeah, the Suit of Swords has a few contention cards, and I had a feeling. We're getting a Five of Swords, and you can see they were saying the no's are as important as the yeses, and they're saying it again here with this energy. So you can see in this depiction, she's walking away. So I'm expecting that this is connected to the new path, right? That Fool energy. She's leaving Three Swords behind, and she's taken two. This lightning bolt is about insight, right? Something coming out of nowhere, revolutionary thoughts or revolutionary guidance or things that help you to elevate, this insight that comes out of nowhere and just hits you like a lightning bolt, right? So you're paying attention to what's coming through. You see how she's walking toward the sun and she's leaving these thoughts behind. So picture the swords as actual thoughts in your head. This didn't work. No, the rain is falling on them. It's not working. So she's going to say, I'm not doing that anymore. She chooses the most loving thoughts and she takes those with her. The Five of Swords in a low expression is about mental conflict or confusion. Sometimes with a communication energy, it's where we're like contending with our own mind, right? Fighting against ourselves in our own head. Or you may be having conversations with people where you're noticing that you don't see eye to eye, like what you're communicating, they're not getting, or what they're trying to say to you, you can't understand. And that's okay. We're coming at it from a massive, unconditionally loving place. The goal is to be compassionate and understanding and do your best to keep an open mind as you're communicating with others, and especially in your own head. You don't want to be rude to yourself this month at all. We're coming from love. We're doing the work. We're returning to our heart center. Guinevere is helping us connect to true love and call it in. And so we need to choose the most loving thoughts. They probably not are going to be all of the thoughts, right? We all have thoughts in our head that are not so loving, but it seems like we're wanting to kind of like move forward without them. You had that Eight of Cups, you had the Fool card, you had the Death card. It's like we're transitioning into a different frame of mind where we're creating these beautiful boundaries around the things that were not serving us. Especially if you're putting yourself down. Anything that is not loving, just for the course of the month, you may want to say, that doesn't belong in my head, it doesn't belong in my energy, it doesn't belong in my mouth, is what they just said. It doesn't belong in my mouth. So, even if you're speaking to someone else, the way that you're saying it needs to be compassionate, needs to be empathetic, needs to be kind. Same thing in your own mind. Take what it is that's loving, allow yourself to communicate from that space and see how it goes. They just said, see how it goes, see how it feels, right? You're looking to kind of tap into your heart center, and this is a beautiful way to do it. Trusting your fire, yes, and thinking loving thoughts. Of course, there will be other thoughts. I'm not saying only think loving thoughts because that's kind of unrealistic, but choosing the thoughts that you're thinking. Choosing what works for you, what aligns for you, what feels most loving. If you don't like something or something doesn't feel aligned anymore, or if something makes you kind of beat yourself up, you come out of an experience and you're like, oh my God, I feel so bad. The things that I'm saying in my head are so mean. Well, maybe that experience is a no. Maybe we need to put a boundary around there, around that in the future. Maybe the person that you were just talking to, you came out of it and you're like, it was really frustrating to have this conversation or try to express myself to this person. It was really frustrating and I don't feel great after it. You may want to put a boundary around that relationship over the course of this month and just allow yourself to take a break or take a time out. Leave that stuff behind until you can come back to it with a different frame of reference or, a more loving energy. The point is you're picking and choosing, and it's important to notice what's a no for you as well as a yes, and then choose willingly to take the yeses. Yeah, love that we're staying in love in our mind. Okay, let's look at the element of earth now. So this will be grounding energy. Oh, of course you're getting this. Why? Because you had that Four of Cups. That Four of Cups brings in miracles. It brings in gifts. It comes out of nowhere. So just a note, this lightning bolt may be this insight that you would never have thought of, and it comes out of nowhere, and it feels like a gift. And it might be a no, right? It might be like, I never understood that that's what I didn't like, that made me feel bad. But now I'm making that connection. So thank you very much. It's like a miracle, that experience on the physical plane that I just had. Now that I'm processing it, I'm getting the clarity around how I don't like it. And so I'm going to put a boundary. Not part of my future here, and I'm going to trust myself. The miracles card. This just means be open to miracles showing up on this plane of existence. We're looking at earth energy. We're going to be pulling from the suit of pentacles, which connects to earth energy, to get some more info on perhaps how these miracles are coming about or what we want to look out for. But most certainly, you got a 4 cups in your main reading with that Hierophant energy coming from above, connected to your purpose, coming in here on the physical plane. Love it. Absolutely love it. We want a very wide, loving view for you guys in this group, Scorpios. Wide, loving view, noticing and acknowledging what's showing up. Miracles come in all shapes and sizes. You want to notice, because sometimes the no is the miracle. You're like, oh my God, never again. I know I need to put a boundary around this, and I'm going to work on that. Thank you so much for that miracle insight. Okay, let's see what comes up here. Eight of Coins. Ooh, interesting. Huh. She's sewing away here. The Eight of Coins is a manifestation card. You had that Eight of Cups connected, I feel, to this Eight of Coins. Okay, thank you. The Eight of Coins is a manifestation card, right? And it's getting to know yourself, and it's a diligent card. It's a card that says you have to do the work, right? You have to do the work that it takes to be able to bring in and call in what it is that we'd like. Because you have this connected to a miracles energy, I think the Hierophant, the 4 of Cups, the miracles, the Eight of Coins, that group of cards is all connected. Yes, and the Eight of Cups, fine. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I understand that, yeah. This combination here tells me that you may find that you have miracles in the actual work that you're doing, so you want to pay very close attention to that, okay? Some of these insights and the way that you're thinking about something or the plans that you're making will have to do with the work that you are currently doing. So it could be work in your career, could be like something that you're making, even sewing. It could be, this could be literal. For some of you, if you're sewing something or getting something ready. It could be work you're doing around your home. It could be work that you're doing in collaboration with other people. It could be preparation work that you're doing for this new path or moving through the transition. It could be work that you're doing with a certain practitioner or someone you're seeing that is helpful for you. This is about being focused on mastering what it is that you're working on. Whatever that may be for you, look for the miracles in the work. So that's pretty specific, I would say, just because they're tuning us in. We want to have the bigger perspective, again, trusting ourselves, coming from a mindset of love. However, I feel like as you're doing the day-to-day, there's these little miracles that are just going to kind of be sprinkled in for you, Scorpios. And that's the kind of stuff that it seems like it's just a small thing, but it makes all the difference, right? I'm trying to give an example or think of an example. Well, a sewing example would be, she has something that she's looking to get out by the end of the day. So she's really focused on it and she's running out of thread. She needs to go get some and she's trying to finish this by the end of the day. And just as she's finishing it, the thread runs out. So she's able to complete it and not have to stop what she's doing, go out, get what she needs, and then come back and then work later. Instead, it's the perfect amount, okay? Some people would just be like, oh, that's so lucky. How coincidental. It's like, no, that's this energy going like, thank you, Spirit. What a miracle. That was the perfect length. This is like serendipitous energy connected to the day-to-day work that you're doing to master your life, yourself, your body, your home, your career, your projects, whatever it is. There's going to be these beautiful little, it's like you're working with a guide that allows for that. That's what it feels like. They're like, nope, just a little more. There you go. The perfect timing for something. They're saying somebody canceling. Let me just, I think they're saying canceling a meeting or canceling like some sort of appointment. Huh. Okay. So it's like if you're feeling a little bit tired and you think to yourself, oh, I wish I could cut out early today, but I have this meeting that I have to get to and then I'm done. And then like somebody, they cancel it or they can't do it, I don't know. That's very specific. Maybe for some of you, you notice over the course of the month, someone goes, oh, I need to reschedule with you, or can I get a rain check? And you're like, oh, thank you. It's like relief. Thank you. That's when you want to talk to spirit and go, thank you so much. It's not a mistake, in other words. Coincidences this month for you are just not coincidences. I mean, in my belief, they never are, but specifically for you, Scorpios, this is about serendipitous energy kind of lining up to show you, to help you trust yourself more, to help you focus on the thoughts that are higher vibrating, loving thoughts, and to be focused on the work that you're doing to move through the day-to-day and to get to those goals, or to feel like it's all right for you to begin to keep going. They're just going to be highlighting these beautiful, I feel like they're mostly small little things. Maybe you'll have a big miracle. That would be amazing. But it's really they're like, look at the fine print, they said. Look at the fine print. It's like the small little details that someone else might miss, or just go, no, of course I had enough, thread. I measured it out earlier, but it's like, really? I don't know. That seems a little bit serendipitous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll stop and pick it up, in the morning. Also providing miracles in the work to make more time for self-love, self-care is what they're saying. That stillness energy, right? That came in your main spread, that time for yourself, to love yourself. Yeah. To process or to stay calm. It's like miracles are happening in my work all the time. As I focus on this project, there's like this affirmation energy where you're starting to notice throughout the month, oh yeah, I got somebody working with me and this feels really good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That gratitude, that appreciation. Okay. Let's get a couple more messages for you before we close. We have Apophyllite. Stay positive. I would say so. I mean, I feel like you may encounter some things, of course, throughout the month. Everything is not always positive. That's just normal human experience. However, they're giving this reminder here for you before we go. It's important for you to stay connected, to stay positive, to have that beautiful energy that you're taking with you. Remember, sometimes the no's are the yeses. So as soon as you can spin that and take from it the positive, that's going to be helpful for you, right? It's going to make you feel good. We don't want to be focusing on the things that we want to leave behind, or the difficult things, or the no's. It's really the no's. You're going to notice probably that you're in a frustrating situation, or something pops up, or there is a challenge. And it's about asking yourself, how does this feel? Does this feel good to me? And do I want to keep it in my life or carry it with me forward? And if it's a no, notice the no's, right? They're just as important as the yeses. Tiger's Eye, overcome your fears. Love this. This is a very grounding stone, maybe overcoming the fears that you have doing the work that you're doing, or embarking upon, again, a new adventure, right? You're ready for a new adventure. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, you're ready for it. We saw it in your main spread. We want to stay positive and move through the fear if they pop up. There's no time like the present, they're saying. Okay, no time like the present. You're learning to trust yourself more, learning to look forward and go, this is what feels good to me. You're noticing what's not working in order to be able to really tune into what is working for this future path. And some of the nervousness or fear or frustration may come up in order to show you. So look for the miracles for sure, especially in the day-to-day. I would say in the day-to-day, because you're working towards something new. Look for the purposeful energy that is guiding you. There's a real sense of needing to trust your beautiful heart, your beautiful intuition, that spark within you, and keep the love just flowing through the month. Let it guide you. Let it uplift you where you need it. And if you're nervous about something, just remember that's very human. We don't operate with no fear. We have to have the fear. It's like a thing, right? Like our mind wants us to be afraid. It's a challenge. And then as soon as you tune back into this loving energy and you notice all of the support that you're being given, it becomes this grateful, appreciative, unconditional, positive energy. And that's really what you're continuously meant to keep tuning into over the course of November. So I hope that this serves you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. It was a pleasure to read for you, and I hope you have a beautiful, loving November. Hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and or Rising. We are going to be getting some extra guidance for you for the month ahead about how it is you can interact and work with the other 3 elements. So for you, those elements are fire, air, and earth. Let's get right into it. We'll roll up these dice and we'll see what your numbered shuffle is. A 4 and a 3. That's a 7. Immediately there's this sense of I'm being pulled back and then I move forward. Then I'm being pulled back and then I move forward. That's interesting, huh? It could be, the decrease in the number, then the increase. I don't know, but perhaps it's the reflection that we saw in your main energy. You definitely need more information. I'm wondering what that is about. Perhaps you're reflecting and coming back to a stable position, reflecting, then coming back to a secure position. It's like, ooh, I feel a little bit, it's like I feel a little bit unended or a little unstable, and then I get myself stable again, or I move back into stability. Interesting. Let's shuffle up and see. We are going to start with the element of fire, and fire, or the suit of wands, is all about your spirit, what's inspiring you, your passion within, your light within. So let's see what we have here for you. The transformation card. So, of course, in your main energy, in your main spread, you had the death card. So this is doubling down on that. This looks like we're coming from insight to light. Something's blossoming, blooming, transforming. Needing to take care of yourself is what was connected there. So Queen of Cups. So I am going to directly connect the transformation card and the death card because they're in the same position of the spread as well, right? 1, 2, 3. We had the death card here for you there. So we had that Queen of Cups, and now we're going to see what is coupling that Queen of Cups. So this is fire energy. Fire and water sometimes don't mix, right? Because the water can put out the fire. Maybe that's the back and forth we're getting, right? It's like I'm feeling myself being fired up, or I'm sparking up, and then I have to take care of myself there, or maybe I'm getting overindulgent or angry, and then I'm going back to the self-care. Let's see. King of Wands. Wow. It's like a king to that queen. It feels like I'm going back and forth with this already. Yeah. Look at him. He's even his stance. He's going like, hey, did you do that? Let's move it forward. So the king of the suit, the King of Wands is this leader that is super inspiring, super creative, magnetic, they're saying, magnetic, and can be forceful at times, can get angry, can get impulsive, right? Yeah. It's making me a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. The energy from it is like, get it done. Like somebody talking at you. I don't know that this is a specific person in your life. Perhaps it is. They want me to put it in like the internal. So I feel mostly that this is your fire coming up again, like I said, pulling you back in. So maybe you get this burst of like fiery energy. Maybe you get really angry, or fears pop up out of nowhere, connected to the transformation and the transition that's going on for you this month. And the goal with the King of Wands and that fiery energy, top level fire working against top level water. It feels like we're working against each other. We want them to work together, to have their own spaces and places, to honor them both. That's going to be your goal, Pisces, okay, for November. So noticing what makes you a wonderfully inspired, vibrant, charismatic person, and how to use that fire at a very high degree, watching out for, okay, the things that fire you up, that make you angry, lashing out at other people, projecting onto other people, all of this. I think you're transforming your fire. There's this sense, again, that we're being pulled into something, then we stabilize. Pulled in and stabilize. So what I would say is, if you notice yourself getting upset or angry or something like that, being impulsive, these kinds of things, it's probably connected to something that you've been doing for a while or something from the past, because again, the pulling back, there's a lot of reflection in your main spread. And there's a need to look at it at the very least for you, Pisces, in the month of November. What is causing that fire to light up within me? Where does it feel too hot to handle, not good? The low expression of the mastery of a suit. So it's high level fire, the underbelly of it. And how can I love myself with the Death card and the Queen of Cups that you had, right? How can I take care of myself better? Because we don't want the water to put out the fire. We want the water to have its own space and place. So you need to feel your feelings. If there's something that's making you upset or angry, the goal is to process that, right? You don't want to be projecting it. You want to understand enough about yourself and learn more about yourself to process it. So I just feel something's going to pull you back, and you have every ability this month to go, what do I need right now? Remember, Queen of Cups. How can I take care of myself in this? How can I be more compassionate to myself? How can I be more loving to myself? This may be just firing up completely within you too. Maybe you have an experience with a person, a relationship, a community, a situation that happens, and it lights you up. And you're going to be very conscious at that point, hopefully. That's the goal. We're transforming that low expression energy where you're coming from a place where maybe you didn't take care of yourself, right? You put your needs aside, and it's caused some anger now, you know. And what Spirit wants is to transition or transform that energy for you this month. They want to help you do that. So there's a consciousness around using your fire in the high expression. Go do something that's going to inspire you and make you feel loved at the same time. These might be things like your hobbies, spending time alone, right? You had the stillness energy with Guinevere. So it's like, I need this time alone. Rewriting that story so that it's more pleasurable, so that it is more passionate and it's more loving. Okay, so notice where it is that you're fighting with that fire and water within yourself, especially if you have fire placements. So if you have any placements in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, especially in your big three, you're going to want to look at this vibe and be conscious of it so that you can get to that beautiful, loving, stable, inspired, passionate, high degree of energy. You have the ability to do that at this point. We don't want an internal struggle happening, and the way that you can not avoid that, but the way that you can heal it and transform it, which is what they're asking you to do, bring it to the light in order to be able to make different choices around it, to be more loving. To me, the main message is, as you're conscious of this energy and it kind of tries to pull you in, take some time to ask yourself, where do I want to redirect this fire? Like, how can I get into the high expression of it, and how can I do it so that it's gonna make me feel good, or make me feel loved, or make me feel cared for? It really feels like taking a time out and like doing a hobby or something that, like, you might just go for a bike ride, they're saying. It's like, I feel good after I do that. It feels good for my body, it feels good for my spirit, it feels good for my soul. I love doing it, so I'm gonna go do that. You might sit down and play an instrument. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, something that feels good to you. We want to redirect the energy so that we're coming back to this beautiful stability. So yeah, real consciousness around this high level energy for you wanting to be transformed and worked out this month. You can do it, is what I would say. And it's so funny. It's like fire in the heart, and there's like an X over it. Fire in the heart. We want to light up your spirit and have room for understanding as well. It's like both at their highest degree. You have access to that this month. and anything that would be in a low degree. So putting your self-care on hold, putting other people's needs before your own, projecting your anger on other people, that's meant to be highlighted and transformed. So we're paying close conscious attention to that and redirecting your attention wherever you can. Let's see what comes in with the suit of air, or the element of air in the suit of swords for you. You're going on a voyage here. It's so interesting. The mama whale is carrying her little one in the air over the water. So it's like we're overcoming some emotions and we're able to go on a mental voyage, because not only are they floating in the air, but we're working with the element of air and pulling for that for you right now, Pisces. So realizing that you're meant to go on some sort of a mental voyage as well, or make a mental move. Let's get more information certainly about this. Like, where are we leaving? Where are we going towards? It's overcoming. It's kind of rising above the emotions of it. Coming out of your emotions and like working with your mind to travel or to transition. Ooh, look at this. A Page of Swords. And doesn't she look inquisitive? Reconnection to spirit for sure. You may want to do some journaling. It's literally depicted in this card for you, Pisces. Writing your thoughts down. You see where the sword is here. Writing them down to help this transition, or to help with this voyage. Also, she's got this smiling face on as she's kind of listening to the cosmos, listening to spirit, listening to her true self, reconnecting. Remember, you had a Hierophant energy, reconnecting to your purpose, reconnecting to that higher wisdom, wondering about keeping that perspective open and what's going to come in as a result. So Page energy is, well, we got 2 court cards here. So Page energy is the start of the court cards in all of the minor arcana suits. It's a curious young energy. It's an explorative energy. And a Page of Swords in particular is going to be wondering about what is true, what is clear, what is the insight that's available, right? What do I have here that is true for me? How does that sit in my mind? That's why lovely that she has the notebook. She's thinking and she's connecting to her intuition and being a divine channel all at the same time. I suspect over the course of the month, even though you might feel like you're in a beginner mind kind of land, like I'm trying to understand this, I'm trying to work through this, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. The voyage by the end of the month, overcoming the emotional space in order to be able to channel in and pick through the thoughts that you're having. It feels like as long as you are an open channel and you're acknowledging them in some way, so you're not just keeping them in your head, because you might feel really floaty. We're getting floaty energy. You might feel like your head is like a balloon, like I got way too much going on up here. There's way too much that's circulating in my mind, and I can't make sense of it all. That's why it's important to get it into the physical plane so that you can kind of move or voyage along. I also think that it will help to transition something in your mind. So if you're grappling with certain thoughts about a situation, a past experience, a relationship, whatever it is, even if you're like, I am stumped, right? Like you're looking for a solution, but you don't have the clarity. You feel stuck. This Page of Swords is going, let's just open up our mind completely. Let's open up our divine channel and just wonder about it. Let's journal. Let's do some automatic writing. This may be very helpful for you, Pisces, because of course you're a very connected sign, right? 12th sign of the zodiac. So automatic writing is where you're channeling in. You're not really thinking. You're just writing down whatever is coming through. That may be very helpful for you. The key here is your mind wants to go and understand, go on a transition and understand something differently. We're superseding how we feel about something to connect directly to spirit, ask about it, and rearrange our thoughts as a result in order to help us move through something, to understand it better. So we want to be this open channel, right, Pisces? You got to be this open channel going, All month long. I wonder, I'm curious about that. Could you give me more information on that? You may need to do some research as well. You can take notes on that. If you're curious about something, or if you have something that you're trying to find a solution to or to work out, you may need to do some physical communicative research, right? Go and use the element of air for your benefit to help you understand how to get from here to there. So it's like, take your emotions out of it. If there's something that feels related to business or work that you're moving through or trying to work out, then this is the feeling of, it's not personal, right? It's business. I'm taking my emotions out of it. I'm rising above that, and I'm inquiring further. I'm open. I'm an open channel with an open mind, and I'm looking for a solution, and I'm looking for the best path forward. I'm looking for the insight that I need. I'm looking for the clarity, right? And so that's nice, because we don't want our emotions to be muddled up and affecting our mind if we can help it. Usually it goes the other way. So it's lovely that they're saying rise above your emotions to make this a transition. And the only other thing they want me to say about this for you, Pisces, is the understanding that you might be carrying part of your younger self with you on this mental transition. So something may be coming up from your younger you, just because she has the child here. So there is a connection to something that might have happened a long time ago, conditioning in your mind that you might want to transition now, and you're wondering how to do that, or you're curious about what you could say instead, something like that, where it may have come from childhood, and now we're actually making that transformation in the mind. You go into a younger state as well. Like the page is the youngest, right? It's the beginning of the court cards, page, knight, Queen, King. So it's like returning to your younger self or reflecting on your younger self in order to be able to bring that younger self with you in a new mindset, or understanding something from, your childhood or something that you experienced when you were younger, and looking at it with a fresh perspective in order to make that transition. All right, like transformation, transition, it's all over your spread here. Let's look at the element of earth and see what we have coming up on the physical plane. Okay, flow. Yeah, this is nice because, again, we're getting the idea of water energy, but this is flowing with it. So flowing with the emotions on the physical plane, not letting it stop you. The flow card is nice in general. Whenever you get a flow card, it's nice because you are meant to essentially go with it as opposed to fight against the flow, because you'll exhaust yourself. I'm curious to see how things are going to be flowing or what this is connected to, because again, the element of earth, the suit of pentacles, it all deals with everything physical. It could be your career, work, finances, your physical body, your physical spaces and places. So let's see what they're giving us indication of flowing on the physical plane. The ace. You had that Fool card. Something, it's opportunity. Yeah, thank you. So again, perhaps opportunities flowing in to make more money, new projects, things being offered to you. This is all physical, remember. Maybe you start a new workout plan and your goal is to kind of go with it, to not resist it, right? Not resist the energy. You may be offered something, you may be investing in something, and the idea is that if it's a yes to you and you're saying yes to this fresh new start, this new opportunity, this new way to think about something, whatever it is, this new couch, sofa, yes, sofa, okay. Maybe you're purchasing a new sofa for some of you, I guess. That's interesting. That's very specific. So if that's you, you don't want to fight the flow of it. If you're handing over your finances or your money to invest in something, you want to understand that there's a divine flow that's going on here, that you don't need to have your hands all up in it. Once you know it's a yes and you make the investment, or if an opportunity is presented and you say yes to it, you need to focus on breathing and allowing things to flow, showing up where you need to, Yeah, okay. The only other thing they're saying is there may be a flow of finances that starts coming in for you, Pisces, this month. So more money coming in or being put literally into your wallet or your purse. Yeah. Golden opportunity bringing money in. Yeah, it's the flow of money they're talking about, and it feels receptive. So you want to be open to that flow of money coming in. I'm trying to pull the pentacle out of the change purse or the purse here, and that's resisting the flow. It feels like I'm in resistance when I do that. So yeah, this is definitely a flow of money being indicated coming in. But it could be a flow of opportunity. So think about abundance in all of its forms and understand that it wants to flow to you, that you're meant to kind of move with the flow of abundance. Accept and receive it as it comes in. But again, just that note of how might it look that we're resisting the flow on the physical plane? I'm trying to pull the pentacle out and it doesn't feel easy. So if you feel resistance around making a certain investment, if it's not sitting pretty in your intuition and you know, so it's easy to pull the pentacle out and go like, yes, I know this is right for me. Or something comes in and it's the exact amount that you need. And so it feels like it's all aligned or in the flow. If you're feeling resistance around making investments, whether that's time, energy, money, your physical body, showing up for something, putting something on your schedule, that's where you want to stop for a second and check on in with yourself. Make sure you're tuning into yourself. Is this going to overexert my energy? Is this going to overexhaust me? Is this a loving thing for me to do? Have I been in this situation before where I know it's going to cause me some anger here? How can I transition my mind around this? Do I want to make this choice? Wherever you feel the resistance to like give. I know that sounds crazy, but it does feel like in your main spread, there's this massive need to look for the beauty in things and the beauty in yourself, to give yourself the care that you need, to not be putting up with things that are old or firing you up anymore. So if somebody asks you to do something, so doing action, physical, and you're trying to say yes to it, but it just feels wrong. You want to note that it will be outside of the flow or resisting the flow. You got to pay attention to the flow of your activities, of your schedule, of your money. And we want to have more of a receptive energy, I think. It doesn't feel to me like you're giving a ton. If you have it to give and it feels in alignment, fine. But just notice where you're over giving or doing things because you feel like you're obligated, or you feel like nervous if you don't do it, like you should do it and you're supposed to do it. Notice those narratives going on in your head, because I don't think it's going to help. It's only going to make you like more angry, right? And we're looking to take care of ourselves this month, Pisces. That's the goal. Staying in the flow, notice where you have some resistance or where things feel off. And just give it a minute, give it a check-in, give it a night. Yeah, like sleep on it, reflect on it for a moment. Okay, let's get a couple of messages for you before we go. Extra messages for Pisces. Pink opal, be kind to yourself. Just what they were saying, right? It's like there's a prioritization of your own heart center, loving yourself, understanding yourself, having compassion for yourself. That is really part of this month for you and all of the water signs. And there's so much transition and flow. So this feels like it's going to happen. And we want to be in a receptive energy, being nice. So if something does get fired up or you're caught in an old cycle that you're trying to transition or transform, you don't beat yourself up for days about it. Do your best to love yourself. Remember, transformation in the Death card, the King of Wands and that Queen of Cups. Love yourself instead. Be kind to yourself instead. You're clearly going through something. And yeah, there's this wonderful abundance that is flowing into your life. And so we don't want to negate that by being mean. Yeah. Okay. And we also have Azurite. Get laser focused. Ooh. They're saying, what are you focused on? That's what they're asking in my ear, my inner ear. What are we focusing on? What are we focusing on? They keep saying it like that. It's like over and over. Maybe this is a reminder in your own mind. If you feel like, again, a little floaty, or you're feeling a bit stirred up, or you're feeling the resistance, that's the question you need to ask yourself. This is going to help provide you with an intention. That's what they're saying. So, what is my goal, right? That's what you're asking. What do I want to focus on? What do I need to be focusing on now? If I'm feeling resistance, where is my intention? What is my motive? What do I want to focus on, and why is going to be important to help you make the most loving decisions for yourself, right? To be nice to yourself in this transition and transformation. And there may be people that just don't get it, but that's okay. You're not meant to like project on them. You're meant to love yourself, prioritize yourself for the month, and receive the flow of abundance. And again, if you feel like it's off, then this is where the Azurite will come in nicely. It's like, I know exactly what it is that I want to focus on for the month. I have my intentions. You may want to write your intentions down, and that will help you as you're going through this voyage and this transformation and doing your best to flow with it, to come back to what it is that you're meant to be focusing on. So you may want to, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, set those intentions at the start of the month. Maybe even make a list of them, put them on your phone, definitely write whatever's coming through down this month for sure. If you have stuff going on in your head and your dreams, something that's coming to mind, something that you're feeling, there's this piece of the guidance that wants the break in between to like process it, or to take another look, to give it a break, like put it away and then take another look. And so to have clear intentions will be nice, because you can refer to them if you find yourself being stirred up in the transition and the voyage that you're making, because the flow is abundant. So you want to be open to receive that, being kind to yourself along the way. You're a human being, It's not always easy when you're in a death, rebirth, transformative kind of energy, but you've got this. So I hope that this serves you for the month ahead. It was my absolute pleasure to read for you, Pisces, and I hope you have a beautiful, abundant, flowing kind of November.